Fine. And now we'll see this problem on rectangle. Problem number 6. The question is, in the adjoining figure, ABCD is a rectangle. AC and BD intersect at O. You have a rectangle ABCD in which AC and BD intersect at O. These two intersect at O. This is written in the question, and the figure is also given. If angle AOB is equal to 110 degree, AOB. So which angle are we talking about? We are talking about angle at O. Let us write O on top. O. So we are talking about AOB means we're talking about this angle. See that O is in between. This angle is given to you as 110 degree. Question is, find the measure of angle ODA and OCD. Let's see first angle which you need to find. Angle ODA. ODA. So this angle you need to find. Okay. So how will you find out this angle? How are you going to find out this angle? Let's see. Now see that the best way of finding the, in fact, there can be more than one way of finding this angle. Okay. There are more than one way of finding this angle. Okay. But we'll resort to the best way of finding this angle. The shortest way of finding this angle. See that see that you have two diagonals, AC and BD. So we have AC is equal to BD. Why? Because you know that the diagonals of a parallelogram diagonals of a rectangle are equal. Right? This is the property of a rectangle. Diagonals of a rectangle are equal. Right? Also, you see that the diagonals of the rectangle also bisect each other. Right? That means AC, this length AC must be twice of this length, this length must be twice of this length. Let's write OA plus OC. AC is the sum of these two, OA plus OC is equal to, and BD is the sum of OB plus OD, right? But since the diagonals bisect each other, OC must be equal to OA. This length must be equal to this length because the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. That means instead of OC, I can write OA, and instead of OD, I can write OB. Why? Since the diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. Diagonals of a rectangle bisect each other. That means what are you getting? 2OA is equal to 2OB. That means this 2 and this 2 they cancel. What do you get? OA is equal to OB. So what are you getting? That these two lengths are actually equal. This length and this length are equal. That is what you are getting. Now look at this triangle. Look at this triangle. OAB. Triangle OAB. You see that in this triangle, these two are equal in length. Right? We have just shown OA is equal to OB. And you know that in an isosceles triangle, that means this becomes an isosceles triangle if two sides are equal. And you know that in an isosceles triangle, base angles are equal. So if these two sides are equal, that means these two angles must be equal. Okay. Let us take them to be x. Okay. Then we'll see what happens. We can find out x. So we'll first write, therefore, triangle OAB is isosceles. Okay. Triangle OAB is isosceles. Therefore, what angles are equal? These two angles are equal. Angle OAB, the angle that I've taken as x, angle OAB is equal to angle OBA. Okay. Now in the next step, I say let angle OAB is equal to angle OBA is equal to x. Let angle OAB plus angle OBA, not plus, equal to. Let angle OAB is equal to angle OBA is equal to x. And you'll give your reason here also. I forgot to give the reason. What is the reason? Base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. Okay. So now we have taken these two angles as x. That means now in this triangle, if you see this x plus the x plus x plus 110 degree must be equal to 180 degree because sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So we'll write that in triangle OAB, x plus 110 must be equal to 180. We solve this equation to get the value of x. 2x plus 110 equal to 180 degree. And you'll give your reason also here. Sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That means 2x is equal to 180 minus 110. When 2x is equal to 70. That means x is equal to 70 divided by 2, which is 35 degree. Okay, so we have found out the value of x. That means what is this angle here? Let us write it down. We have found out the value. Let us write it down with a pencil. 35 degree. And this is also 35 degree. If this is 35 degree and you know that this angle is 90 degree because it is a rectangle. That means why? Because the interior angles of a rectangle are all right angles. So therefore this angle is 90 degree. So therefore what is the angle that we need to find out? This angle 90 minus 35 because we already found out 35. So that's it. Hence first we'll write angle. What is the 90 degree angle here? Angle DAB is your 90 degree angle, or you can simply say angle A also. Let us write angle A. Angle A is equal to 90 degree because interior angles of a rectangle are right angles. Okay, that means what is this red angle that we need to find out? It's 90 minus 35. So we were required to find out angle ODA. Hence, angle ODA is equal to 90 minus 35, which is 55 degree. Fine. That's it. You have found out this angle. Next, let's see what is the next angle. And before finding out the next angle, we'll just write here in short. But we have already found out this angle. We might put it to use. This is 55 degree. We have found out. Now we'll see the next question. The next question is find out angle OCD. OCD. So OCD is this angle. Okay. Can anyone tell me how to find out this angle? This red angle. Angles here, see that this angle we have found out to be 35 degree. This angle is 35 degree, right?
Yes, sir.
This angle is 35 degree. These two are parallel because rectangle is also a parallelogram. So therefore this angle and this angle have to be alternate angles and they must be equal. So this must also be 35 degree. That's it. So we will just write
Yes,
this angle AC. This angle was OCD. Angle OCD is equal to angle OAB. We'll write angle, the angle that we need to find out, OCD, is equal to angle OAD, is equal to 35 degree. Reason? Alternate angles are equal. Alternate angles are equal. That's it. If two problems were, you're supposed to there were two questions to this problem, and we have solved those two questions. The first question was a little long. Please go through the first one. And for the second question, it was just a one line question. Okay. So that finishes with your rectangle. What property of rectangle have we used in this problem? We have used a property that the diagonals of a rectangle are equal. We have also used the property that the rectangle is a special kind of a parallelogram because I have see that I have assumed these sides to be parallel. That's why. Okay. That's the two properties that we have used. And from triangles also we have used, which we knew already, that the base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. Okay. Just before proceeding, I would just like to mention a little bit of isosceles to in fact, refresh your memory of isosceles triangle. What do you mean by base angles of an isosceles triangle? What do you mean by base angles? Can anyone tell me? Ritika, can you tell me? Base angles of an isosceles triangle.
so I will say,
Hey, go ahead.
so the angles which are in the same straight line.
No.
So can I say?
Say.
So base sides of one angle of a triangle are equal.
Hmm. No. See, remember this for your next whatever geometry that we do. Just try and remember this. It's very important actually. We'll do this later on also in class 9. But remember this concept. See, in an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. Suppose I take these two sides to be equal. Suppose these two sides are equal. If these two sides are equal, then these two become your base angles. These two. Why do these two become your base angles? Because see, this angle here is opposite to this side, and this angle here is opposite to this side. Understood? Let us take another example. Let us take the same figure. Suppose now, instead of giving these two sides equal, suppose now if I give you that these two sides are equal, then which one becomes your base angle? Then angle A and angle C, they become your base angles. Why do they become your base angles? Because this side, this angle is opposite to which side? This side. This angle is opposite to which side? This side. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Suppose if I give you suppose this time if I give you these two sides equal. Isosceles triangle, suppose I give you these two sides are equal. Then which are your base angles? Which also must be equal. Which are your base angles? Opposite to this side is your this angle. So this angle A becomes one base angle. Opposite to this side is which angle? This angle. So these two become your base angles. Remember this. Okay. So base angles are always opposite to equal sides. That is what you must remember. Okay, let us now work out a problem from squares. Okay, problem from squares. But and we shall use this property. Yes, the squares number 10. Look at number 10. This problem here, right? Let me just draw the diagram for number 10. This is the diagram for number 10. A, B, C, D, E. These are the vertices. Okay. This is the diagram, and it is given in the question that in the adjoining figure, ABCD is a square. So this is a square. Let us mark these four sides equal. Also, CDE is an equilateral triangle. Interesting. CDE is also an equilateral triangle. That means this side is equal to this side is equal to this side. Okay, interesting. But we'll not mark it right now. We'll see how things change here. Okay. So ABCD is a square. You first angle that you need to find out here is, let us mark the first angle that you need to find out. The first angle that you need to find out is AED. Let's mark the angle AED. That means you have to find out this angle. Okay, and none of the angles are given to you. Okay, so now very important thing that you must realize. If this is a square, all the sides are equal. I've already marked it, right? Let us take this side to be x, this side to be x, this side to be x, this side to be x. All four sides are equal because it is a square. We can take them to be x. Also, now you see that this triangle is an equilateral triangle. That means if this side is x, if this side is x, then this side must be equal to this side. That means this is also x and this is also x, right? Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
all
sir.
these
Right.
are x. So that means all these are equal. That means now I can give this mark here also in this, right? And now let's let it write it down. Let, since let's write by saying first, since ABCD is a square, let AB is equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD equal to X. So there also, since triangle CDE is equilateral, therefore CD is equal to DE is equal to EC is equal to X, right? So therefore, what do we if I combine these two, this and this, therefore what are we getting? AB is equal to BC equal to CD equal to AD equal to DE equal to EC. We don't require X. We don't require X now. We just require them to show that they are equal. We required X just to show that they were equal. So now we don't require X. Now we know that all these are equal. Okay, now we know that all these are equal. Now what happens? Now what happens? See, this is an equilateral triangle. So this angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. And this angle is also 60 degree. Agreed? Since it is a square, therefore this angle must be 90 degree. Agreed? And this angle already I've told you that this is 60 degree because all the interior angles of a triangle is 60 degree. This angle is 90 degree because the interior angles of a square are 90 degree. So therefore, how much will this angle be? This angle will be 90 minus 60, 30. Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir.
Now, if this is 30 degree, and now you see, now you consider this triangle, AED, this triangle. Do you see this is an isosceles triangle in which these two sides are equal? Do you see this is an isosceles triangle? And in isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. So what are the base angles here? In this case, opposite to this side is your this angle. Opposite to this side is your this angle. That means these two are the base angles and they must be equal. Let us take them to be y. Let us take the base angles to be y. This is the red angle that we need to find out. We need to find out y. So therefore y must plus 30 must be equal to 180 because you know that the sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. And then you can solve this equation to find out y. And now we have found out this red angle that we need to find out. The red angle, they are calling it angle AED. That's it. Okay, so let us proceed to find out this. First, I say angle ADEDC is equal to 60 degree. Angle EDC is equal to 60 degree because interior angles of an equilateral triangle are each 60 degree. Okay, this we know about equilateral triangles, and we now say that this angle here, let's call it angle D. Angle D is equal to 90 degree because interior angles of a square are right angles. Angle D is equal to 90 degree because interior angles of a square are each 90 degree, right? So therefore, what is angle ADE? Is 30 degree angle that we have found out. We are finding out this. Angle ADE is 90 minus 60. Therefore, angle ADE is equal to 90 minus 60 equal to 30 degree. So we have found out this angle. Now we realize that triangle AED is an isosceles triangle. Triangle AED is an isosceles triangle with which sides equal? With AD is equal to ED. ED is equal to ED. Therefore, which two angles are equal in this triangle? Angle DAE is equal to angle DEA. Agreed? Angle DAE, the angle that I have taken as Y. Angle DAE is equal to angle DEA is equal to, both are equal. Therefore, angle DAE is equal to angle DEA. Reason here is base angles of an isosceles triangle are equal. Okay. In the next step, I take them to be Y. Let angle DAE is equal to angle DEA is equal to Y. Therefore, in triangle AED, so these two angles are now I've taken them to be Y. So Y plus 30 must be equal to 180 degree. So Y plus 30 must be equal to 180 degree. Reason, sum of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degree. That means 2Y plus 30 is equal to 180. Means 2Y is equal to 180 minus 30. So 2Y is equal to 150. Y is equal to 150 divided by 2, which is equal to 75 degrees. Therefore, you needed to find out this red angle here, that is angle AED, or you can also call DEA. Hence, angle AED is equal to 75 degrees. Hence, angle AED is equal to 75 degrees. Okay, so now let us just write down what angles we have found out, so that when we are doing the problems later, what other questions, we know that we have found out these angles. Okay. So we know that this angle is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, this is 60 degree. We just found out this angle to be 75 degree. This angle is also 75 degree because they are equal. And this angle is 90 minus 60, 30 degree we have found out. Now we'll proceed to the next question. The next question is find out angle EAB. EAB. EAB means this angle they are talking about. So how much is this angle? This is a one line problem. How much is this angle?
So
Can
95, 90.
90 minus 75,
15 degree.
15 degree. Because angle A is 90 degree. Therefore, angle EAB is 90 minus 75.
Yes.
So we will write that. So angle A for the second part. This was the first part. Angle A is equal to 90 degree because each interior angle of a square is a right angle. Okay, angle A is 90 degree. So therefore, what is angle EAB? Therefore, angle EAB is 90 minus angle AED. We just found out 75. Or you can write angle A minus, and then in the next step I can write 90. Angle A minus angle AED, which is 90 minus 75, which is 15 degree. That's it. And the last question is reflex angle AEC. Reflex angle AEC. Which one is the reflex angle AEC? Let me just raise this first. And we have found out this to be 15. So let's write this as 15. Okay, and the reflex angle AEC is this angle. This angle is your reflex angle AEC. How much is this reflex angle AEC? Can you tell me? See, this angle is 75. This angle is 60. You subtract from 360 because this is one complete angle. You'll get the reflex angle AEC. So reflex angle AEC, reflex angle AEC is equal to 360 minus what are these two angles? 60 degree and 75 degree.
25 and 6.
So you
Yes,
subtract
sir.
this from the one complete angle, 60 plus 75. Okay, and you will get
135.
yes. Why 135?
Sir, addition of 75 and 60.
135. Okay. And 360 minus 135 is how much?
225.
225. And you will give your reason here. One complete angle is equal to 360 degree. That's it. The sum is complete. So I stop here for today.